Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Curse this. Hallway. It should be open. I didn't lock it.
All right. Oh my goodness. This is Sabrina Goodwin Monday. Yay! Give us all a round of applause. Looks like we made it. We made it. Thank you, Michael, and the staff at WFDF, the Superstation, 9:10 a.m. We are the force of friendship. And I am broadcasting live from St. Croix, Virgin Islands, you guys. I mean, feeling fine. I ain't got no issues. Today. Okay?
Looking fine too.
Okay, thank you, Crisette. Thank you. It's beautiful here, you guys. Been here all week. Already getting sad that our week will come to an end on Friday, but we're celebrating birthday week. So it's Leo season. All the Leos, type your name in the chat. Tell us if you're a Leo, if you love a Leo. Oh my goodness, Leo season is here. Yes. We are a fire sign, so you know everything about us is hot. That's it. Yes.
Hot and messy.
Girlfriend, don't tell them your birthday.
Virgo. I knew y'all was going to guess Virgo. Virgo's about perfection. Gloria is Virgo. Virgo is about perfection, and I almost missed the beginning of this show, so you know I'm riding right with my Virgoism.
Okay. Coming right
January, Aquarius.
Right, when is your birthday? What's your sign?
You supposed to know it's my birthday, but I'm an Aries.
Tell the world.
Absolutely.
March.
She don't know. She don't know.
Okay.
She don't know.
I am a March girl. March 21st.
I'm married to Aries.
So Gloria September. Crisette is March. Caterina.
I start the year off, y'all. January 28th, just at the beginning. I start the year off January 28th, just when the year is kicking off, but far enough away from Christmas. Okay. January 28th would be Aquarius. Okay. The age of Aquarius.
Yes.
The same sign as my husband. We got issues.
I hear you.
I'm married by twin.
Yes. So you guys, to our tribe, calling in, viewing in. You might be on YouTube. You might be on Facebook. You might be right there in the local Detroit, Ohio area where you're getting us on the old-fashioned radio. Well, do know this is the girlfriends, the force of friendship. We got issues. And I know my condo neighbors, they're looking up here like, what is going on? I tell them, we got a studio. We got a radio show. And so I am not even going to try to keep it down, you guys. We're having a blast. When I tell you we just stumbled upon this place, I'd never even considered St. Croix over the years. But because my boys lost their passports over the last year and a half, they misplaced it. They're young adults, and I guess they just didn't know how important it was because now it takes 3 to 4 months to get one replaced. Okay, so we wanted to have a getaway before we moved, and they went back to school and yada. And a girlfriend said, well, what about the Virgin Islands? She mentioned somewhere else too, and I wasn't feeling that place. I said, well, St. Croix, St. Thomas. So I started asking around. And St. Croix is very peaceful, quiet. I understand St. Thomas is the party place, lots of shopping. But for me, it's perfect peace. And so we're having a good time. We're having a good time. Girlfriends, how is it where you are? Katrina, we're most concerned about you. You had an incident yesterday evening. Give us an update how you guys are doing.
You know, who knows what the topic will be tomorrow, but it might be, I've learned so much and I literally have not left the computer. So I just told my husband, be happy you married a wife who A, is a techie, and B, keeps every password, every serial number, everything. But I'm telling you, we just got the party started all day long. It is no joke. It is no joke. Now, I will just tell you, we got issues, since I'm talking to my friends from Detroit and y'all listening in, we found out where they went with the card. I wanted to roll over there and just look at the camera, right? You want to roll over there. The gas station, the owner, the everything, the color, yeah, I saw you people, but no, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. So yeah, it's just
so Katrina, because we have viewers who didn't listen to us yesterday, didn't see us yesterday, just give them a brief update of what you're talking about.
Smash and grab. You coming from the airport, and we live in Chicago in the Bay Area, 2 houses, bringing stuff from one house to the next house. You step out of the car for 3 minutes and they roll up on your car, smash it one block from the police station and grab. I guess that's what it's called. They literally smash the window and grab it. But I already got the window replaced and all the other. We already been to the Apple store. His laptop just finished updating. Y'all back your stuff up to the cloud because literally, you've got to be able to keep entrepreneurs. We cannot be down. I lost a day, but we can't afford to lose.
Smash and grab. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I didn't know because Kenny was asking, well, was the door open? Was it unlocked? So I didn't know they knocked the window out.
They bust the window out. They literally smash and grab. Didn't even open the door, y'all. They don't even open the door.
Didn't even try. Just smash and grab.
They reach in, put in the car, reach in, broad daylight. Yes. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Yep. On the main street, Broadway. Y'all know Broadway in any city is Main Street.
Right.
Yeah. Broadway.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you are recovering and, we just have to be very careful. I just don't know how you could be more careful because thieves will be thieves. They will do what they want to do, how they want to do it. But like you said, you just have to protect yourself, know your passwords. Life Shield is very important. I'm sure you'll talk about that when you do the show because it's crazy out there. It's crazy. Gloria, Ellicott City, what's happening?
Girl, we getting ready to have a couple of people over here in Ellicott City, a couple of people. And I'm telling you, the sweat that goes on to bring a couple of people. Okay, so first, let me tell you this. I'm the girlfriend that doesn't decorate until I absolutely have to. Okay, I decorate when I have to. I don't do it nice for me or my husband or kids. I do it nice for people who come to visit. So now I got a couple of people come to visit. So I'm decorating, painting, putting new floors in, just putting up the deck. And I mean, just all kind of crazy. I'm always crashing into one place. But that's my style. It works for me. So we're running around here doing everything. But also, I'm loving this conversation about COVID because I am being extremely bold and requiring certain things to let everybody in the space to even think about possibly feeling comfortable. So that's what's going on here. Weather's beautiful, but we're being cautious, very cautious.
I hear you. We are going to talk, you guys. Make sure you call in 313-778-7600. We got hot topics. We're talking about this, that, and the other. So whatever you want to talk about, we're going to talk about today. From COVID protocol to traveling during COVID to where to find a place to stay where you feel comfortable. We're going to talk about airplanes canceling, flights canceling, Spirit American canceling flights like crazy the last few days. We're going to talk about Governor Cuomo. Do you think he'll survive? We're going to talk about it all today, y'all. We're going to talk about it all. So make sure you call in 313-778-7600. Katrina, were you going to ask Gloria a question or was that Chris?
I was going to tell her I had a new housekeeper today through a housekeeping service. She was starting today. She was going to spend 10 hours scrubbing this house from top to bottom. When she came to the door, I said, "Are you double vaccinated?" She said, "No." I mean, my house going to be dirty for a little bit longer. She couldn't come in.
Right.
And
At least
she
told you the
understood.
truth.
She was
At least
gracious.
told you the truth. I'm surprised
Right.
she told you the truth.
She
Right.
was masked
Right.
up. And I thought that. I was surprised she told me the truth. And yeah, I'm like,
You know,
I said, "You gotta send somebody else."
that part about not making other people feel uncomfortable is real, and the part about lifting other people who choose to be strong is real. So I'm clapping for you because you decided to stay strong, because it's not easy to say no when you really want those services. But I'm telling you,
Right. And
I'm
I was
I'm
sharing,
clapping for you.
Caterina, yeah, I was sharing with I believe, I don't know if you were on when we were talking about it, but last week my sister had called DTE, and they had some problems in their lower level because you guys, we had all that rain and they had to have some things fixed. And the guys came to their house, and her husband asked them, to put on a mask, and they said that they were vaccinated. And they said, "Well, you know what? We still want you to have on a mask." They picked their equipment up and they left. And they did not do the service because they were asked to put on a mask. And, they said that they were vaccinated, but, sometimes people will not tell you the truth. And the bottom line is, if I'm the customer service is you do what I want you to do, especially if I'm paying you for a service. And that's my comfort zone. My comfort
Right.
zone is, if you're going to work in my house, I need you to have on a mask. Now, if you want to say, well, if I show you my card, that's another conversation. But just to say I'm vaccinated and then to walk off because I asked you. So, I mean, we are in some precarious times, you guys. It is.
That's like taking your shoes off.
Great conversation. What'd you say,
Some
Kat?
people want you to, that's like taking your shoes off. Some people want you to take your shoes off. Some people don't care. You honor their house. Okay. Put your
Right.
mask on.
Exactly.
Come through here.
Right.
That's the one place you
Absolutely.
can dictate is your own house, for real.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Crisette, how you doing?
I am doing well. It is absolutely drop dead gorgeous day here in the D. Excited about life, excited about our conversation on today because we got a lot to cover. So I'm going to throw it right back to you, Sabrina, so we can get this party started.
Let's get this party started. Michael, you got some music for me so we can get this party started. Let's go. Michael, where are you? Hey.
Oh, coming in hot.
This is hot topics.
Girlfriends are coming in hot. Yes,
When I tell you it's hot, it is hot in St. Croix. I'm telling you, hot. I don't know. Gloria, I talked to her earlier today. She had a jacket on. She said it was a little cool in Baltimore. I was like, oh my goodness, I can't even imagine the cool weather. But you guys, if you're thinking about travel, I know a lot of people are like, you're going to travel? Well, we decided, we wanted to get away, all double vaccinated in my family, decided to stay. We wanted to go somewhere English speaking, didn't require a passport, but we're serious about COVID protocol. And so to get on the plane, you had to fill out paperwork. You had to prove that you had to have a negative COVID test. You had to give it to the airline. And before they let you into this place of St. Croix, you had to show them your proof that you were negative. And when I tell you mask mandate is serious, you cannot step foot in a restaurant, you cannot step foot in a store without your mask on. And so in the US, we had gotten kind of lax, they had relaxed them, but when I tell you I have not listened to hardly any news, I want to just kind of unplug. I did do a little research for the show today, but I hear cases are rising like crazy at home. What are you guys hearing over in the States? How are you guys feeling about things? We're going back to school. Schools are now requiring, first they said there would be no mask mandate. Now they're saying yes. My son is going back to Princeton. They have to show a vaccination card before they set foot on campus. Harvard is saying that, mask mandate is back. So what are you guys hearing in your cities? What's going on with COVID? Well, the Delta variant now, I guess, is where it is. Wow, Florida
Yeah,
just
you
had
know what?
12,000 cases in a day.
Right.
Florida,
And
Texas,
that's
they're the hot spots.
right. I know that Florida
Wow.
said they've had the highest the hospital rate of people coming in with COVID in Florida hit an all-time record. Now, come on, we know early in January when no vaccine was available and the hospitals were going crazy, they hit an all-time high. So that's very, very scary. And New York is canceling their international auto show because
Really?
because of the Delta variant. So there's still some things are going on. Like for instance, Caterina, you sent us last week a photo of
Lollapalooza.
the concert that took place in Chicago. And I mean, it was so many people, it looked like ants
Right.
packed up in there.
You talking about
Talk
a
to us
super
about
spreader.
that,
That
Caterina.
was a super
Lollapalooza.
spreader.
Yeah.
I thought that was quite interesting that the mayor okayed it. What was it called? Lock or something.
Lollapalooza.
Yeah.
Lollapalooza.
That
I
was
can't believe it. It just
right.
It doesn't make sense
That
to me.
was
She was so cautious. And if there's anyone, okay, you got liars in every age and every stage, but are you kidding me? You ask a teenager, are you vaccinated? To get into a concert, to hang out with their friends. I mean, they just, after you've been locked up for all that time, a lot of those people were not telling the truth. So,
and you know what?
Absolutely.
And yeah, the other side of that is these mayors and governors and those that are holding those office. I feel for them because there's a lot of pressure. Pressure that we don't even know. And I know you would want to think that they would take the hit and say, you know what, I'm sorry. It's going to be a lot of my constituents that are angry and upset because I have to, do a mask mandate. We can't do this. We can't do that. But, pressure is real. And when you keep getting hit from the left, from the right, it's easy to say, no, I'm just going to, and sometimes it's not as simple as black and white, unfortunately. So I understand, when I looked at that picture, I was like, are you for real right about now that they're having that kind of concert? But then, the other side of that is the money.
Right.
Money.
But
I just looked up the numbers, 385,000 people. So yes, it's the money. Because that's crazy. How do you go from can't have more than 20 to 385,000?
Wow. You
And I
guys,
know
this
we're
is the
tired.
thing.
Go ahead,
Let me just say
Gloria.
this. So I work out with this woman who's at Johns Hopkins. She's a nurse in the Johns Hopkins area. And she said that Johns Hopkins is just as packed as it's ever been, like packed. And they're not really telling us everything because they don't want people to go into fear mode. And that the variant is a real thing, but they're fighting this whole piece about people have to get vaccinated, people have to wear masks, and this whole conversation about the confusion of masks being required and vaccination being required. But she said the hospitals are filling up like crazy. And, we hear about Florida, we hear about Texas, we hear about California, but it's a lot more places. And just because you're not the top 2 or 3 doesn't mean it's extremely serious where you are, extremely serious. And then everyone's commenting. I just saw a comment here on the Facebook that people that are vaccinated are getting the carryover well. So the mask thing is real. I mean, it's a real situation. And we've gotten so much education on this show that economics drives so much of the decisions. And hearing that number, 385,000, it just continues to come back to us over and over and over again. Everything starts trickling down to economic situation, economic politics. Crazy.
I know we got to go to break. Candy said she is wearing a mask around her neck and she's most concerned about her grandson. Did you hear, Chris, I know it's all up in the news. Did you hear they were recommending people to wear a mask at home around their kids? So you guys,
at
that's
home.
crazy. And then they came back and said that is not going to go over well. But literally, you got kids in the house. You're going out. You got kids in the house. Protect those kids.
Yeah. And then they were saying that now, okay, the booster is going to be evident and apparent. We're going to have this booster. Somebody said, I think they misspoke, because now WHO is calling for a moratorium on boosters until at least the end of September to enable at least 10% of the population of every country to be vaccinated. To make that happen, we need everyone's cooperation, especially the handful of companies and countries that control the global supply of vaccines. And so I think that, honestly, what do you guys think? I think that booster's coming sooner than later. What do you guys think?
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so the guy at Brown University, I'd be on CBS Morning News, and he was Brown University. He said the science has said to him that it's going to be important for the booster. He's believing in the booster. He's going to believe that it's going to be required and requested. And the bottom line with the booster is so that things can continue to stay open, whether you're vaccinated or not. But if you're vaccinated and you want to go out, you want to go to the restaurant, you want to go to school, you're going to need a booster. So he talks quickly, but I've been following him for a while as Fauci, and every time what he talks about comes true. Every time.
Yeah, well, we shall see. Can you imagine? I mean, we're going on our third shot, and folks don't even want the first shot.
Wow.
So we got issues. This is the Force of Friendship. We're going to a break. 9:10 a.m. The Superstation with Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. Tag a friend, get a friend on, join the show. We'll be right back.
Okay, you guys. So we got some major issues going on. And of course, we are talking about the COVID. And thank you guys so much for putting your comments in the chat. That's important. And you know what? There is so much going on in the news. So we're not going to spend the entire hour on COVID. So maybe there are some other things that you guys have heard about that we have not heard about, because, depending on, when you have time to watch the news, you see a snippet of this, a snippet of that. We absolutely are going to talk about Governor Andrew Cuomo, that situation. We talked a little bit about it on yesterday. And then, another thing that we haven't talked about is the fact that the Pfizer vaccine, they're saying in maybe a couple of weeks that it is going to be approved by the FDA. And I'm just thinking, if Pfizer gets approved, then, how long is it going to take to get Moderna and Johnson & Johnson? So that's going to be really, really interesting to see what shakes out with that. You guys, how many of you saw Simone Biles? I didn't stay up to 4:00 in the morning to watch her compete, but I saw it on yesterday, and of course it was a replay, and I thought she did a superb job on the balancing beams. And I guess, I'm not a judge, so she took bronze. I shouldn't say still, she took bronze, and I'm just so glad that she was able to get a medal. So that's exciting. And so, they're talking about, what she's saying about going forward and future Olympics. So it's going to be really interesting to see if she is going to work to go to the 2024, I believe they said, Olympics. So that is a to be determined. But what do you guys think about that? Do you think, I personally think she has more in her, but of course that's a personal decision. She is well decorated Olympian, and you know what? Everybody has to make decisions that are best for them. And so, you know what? I wish her the best, whether she decides to remain in competition, or if she decides that, hey, she's done and now she wants to move on to something else. So what else have you guys heard about in the news? I know that you guys are putting in the comments, but you know what? If you have something you want to talk about, I always say, don't just stay on the Facebook. Call us. We love to hear your voices. 313-778-7600. We absolutely want to hear from you. And so, you guys, we're coming back. So we absolutely wanted you to put your highlight some things that you've seen in the news so that we can talk about those as well. Thanks.
Friendship Tribe. We're so excited to always be with you Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time at 9:10 a.m. WFDF, the Superstation. Broadcasting live. Sabrina's here from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, you guys. It is beautiful here. Taking a few days to celebrate my birthday week with family. And I tell you what, it's Leo season, Leo season, Leo season. Doggone it. If you don't take time to celebrate you, I don't know who else will. So to all my girlfriends and boyfriends out there, you know what? Another year around the sun, doggone it, it's worth the celebration. And so to all of our birthday babes out there in the month of August, happy birthday to you. Well, we got hot topics. We got hot topics. We're coming in hot. We are coming in hot. Michael, where are you? I think, there you go. Hey, I love the song. Hey, all right, coming in hot. You can count on the force of friendship. Powerful.
Positive, not Pollyannish. We're love, we're light, we're laughter, and we're lessons. You can count on the girlfriends. Oh my goodness, I think we have a call. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. What you got today, What you got today?
Well, I took over the black game, but I live into that ginger root tea. I take that religiously.
Ginger root tea, okay. And you believe that's making a difference? You think that's keeping you away from the Delta variant?
It strengthens your immune system.
Okay, that's good. You know, I really am going to take note of that. I've got a son going back to school, and his immune system is just not strong. He's an athlete, but he catches colds a lot. And so whenever he goes back to that East Coast, that New Jersey cold, it does something. So thank you for ginger root. It's ginger root tea, right?
Yeah, what you do is you go in the supermarket, and it's over there by the fruits and vegetable. It looks like big old chicken feet. It looks like tree bark.
Right.
And then you peel it and cut it up, put it in a pot, put water in it, and boil it until it turns into the color of tea. And then you pour it in a container and add lemon juice to it. And then when you get ready to drink it, you add honey. You know, microwave to heat it up a little bit.
All right.
Once in the morning and once before I go to bed.
Wow.
Okay, excellent. How long have you been on this regimen?
I've been on this since I had COVID March 2020 when everything first started.
Okay.
So I was in the hospital and they gave me an oxygen tank and said, "Good luck."
Wow.
They didn't know what to do about it. So I said I gotta take things into my own hands.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we thank you for that. We're so glad that you are on the mend and that you made it through there, File, because you're one of our biggest fans on We Got Issues. Yes. So thank you, Marathon. Thank you. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, you guys
Are really amazing. You're right. You're building that immune system is so very, very important during this time. We don't know what the fall is going to bring, but everybody's saying the fall is going to be a big test. So we want you to stay as healthy as possible. We had a family friend, and I know you guys, it's not, I know you're tired of the stories, but it's just real. One of my friends, a family friend's 31-year-old daughter died last week. So young from COVID. Yes.
Wow.
And so it's out there, it's happening. We cannot act like it's not. All we can do is give information, education. And I know, we every time we go to this conversation, we got folks who say you must be getting paid to push the vaccine.
Right.
No, we're not. That's just what I believe. We're all double vaccinated here. And it's just 600,000 people have died. And probably more closer to 650,000 now. And so we just want to do the very best that we can to protect ourselves and those who we love most. As these babies are going back to school, Oh, turmeric. Yes, I've been using turmeric. Yes, yes, yes. Turmeric every day is good for joints. So too, you guys. When I tell you turmeric is an amazing supplement, turmeric is really good. So, you guys, anybody have
Elderberry.
any elderberry?
Elderberry.
Wonderful. Yep, yep, yep. Girlfriend's got anything else that you do for that immune system?
Well, we were
Exercise.
doing Chris's tea for a while, right, Chris?
Concoction.
That big old
Yeah.
pot.
We were doing a little bit of everything, It had pineapple, husk, and when I tell you, someone fixed it for me, and we drank. I mean, we were doing everything. But you know what? Now that we know more about the virus, we know, yes, you absolutely want to build your immune system up, but there are some basic things that we have to go back to: washing our hands, putting on
Right.
the mask. And just being vigilant. I put more mask in my glove compartment of the car so that, there's some always there. And now, before I was, after getting vaccinated, I felt good about going in places without a mask. Now I'm putting them back on. And you know
Right.
what? I'm living by, it's better safe than sorry.
Yeah, for sure. It's interesting because coming here, people were like, "You're not scared to travel and going to the Virgin Islands." And when I tell you, we researched it pretty good. We didn't want to stay in a hotel. We got an Airbnb. Girlfriends, I know you've stayed in Airbnbs and VBO. There's another. Is VBO? Is that it? Okay, VBO, Airbnb. You guys, there are a lot of amazing places that you can stay. I always look for a super host when I'm looking for an Airbnb. The super host they have really good ratings. And it was interesting. This condo right on the water, overlooking the Caribbean Sea. And when I tell you this community, they're very, very, you should see them. They're scrubbing, they're cleaning the pool area always. And it was when I wanted to make sure that we could get a full refund if the trip didn't go down.
Right.
And
Right.
so that's real important as you guys are traveling during this time. Make sure that you insure your travel because it's a lot of money that you put out for this travel. And they need to know that we are taking a chance, but they also need to know that because my thing was, if any of the family members came up positive and we couldn't travel, would we be able to cancel? So I did get trip insurance this time. And the condo owner definitely said in the contract, full refund if you're not able to travel. So girlfriends, when you travel and you stayed at Airbnbs or VBOs, what has your experience been? Because we've got a lot of people, they've never done that. They just think hotels are resorts. What are your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you, I've had maybe 4 or 5 Airbnbs. I think Caterina's probably the master at it, but I've done it, and I have not had a bad experience yet. I have not had one bad experience yet. I've walked in; they've been clean. Each of the owners have been nice. I've stayed when other people have arranged it. It's worked out really good. If you're really good at checking it out online so that you can see it, it's really made a difference. And you know what? Seriously, it's one of the hottest growing industries. And it's not like it's new. It's been out there for 5 or 10 years, seriously out there. So it's nothing but gotten better over time. I don't know how it's developed in the COVID situation, but so many people have. And the other thing I love about it is that there's a lot of flexibility, and in the cost, it's a lot of flexibility. You can find whatever fits your budget. And my niece, we stayed someplace in the fall. It was way up in Vermont. And when I tell you, it was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. Wi-Fi was great. TVs were great. We had a fireplace in there. It was wonderful. It was a hot tub. It was fabulous. And we could not have had that experience.
Right. In a hotel.
At a hotel. Right. You could not.
Yeah.
It's great also when couples travel, when you travel or just groups travel. I think your experience can be so much richer. I mean, especially now, because the only way if you were in a hotel, the only way you could spend time together is to go to a hotel, which means you have to be in another public place. But now if you're with, vaccinated people, I mean, it's just really conducive to have, like that slumber party experience you used to have when you were young, where you just get to really spend quality time with girlfriends or with other couples or whatever you do. And so you can get
with family
large
members.
enough houses.
I mean, honestly, when we knew
Family
the kids
members,
were
yeah.
coming, and if we would have gotten a hotel room, they would have been in their room. We would have been in our room. They wasn't trying to hang out like that. But in the house,
Yeah.
in a condo, we're all together. So, we have to see them. Like, here they come in now from the beach. If we were in a hotel room, I wouldn't know whether they're coming or going. So it works out. Somebody says,
Hey,
go
Sabrina.
ahead, Chris. Yeah.
You know what? And that's a great segue, because I know you were sharing with us that Sydney wasn't able to meet you guys there because her flight was canceled. And that's a big deal with these airlines, especially, with Spirit Airlines. People have been at the airport for days, and
Right.
I mean, they can't get a straight answer. And I'm gonna tell you, I've written on Spirit maybe twice, and I promise you, I made a vow to the Lord. Now it's deep when you make a vow to the Lord. I vowed to the Lord, okay, that I would never get on Spirit Airlines again. And I'm gonna tell you something. You don't make and you break it. I'm not breaking that. I said no. I just Spirit Airline does not have the spirit. Okay.
Okay.
I promise you.
Spirit don't have a spirit.
My thing is, you got to know how to fly Spirit. I mean, it's good for some things, but I tell you, their rates are amazing. But I never want to go to. If I have to deal with Spirit, I don't want to see nobody at that counter. Once I can bypass that counter, I'm good. One time, Gloria and I went to Colombia on Spirit, and she was posting it all on Facebook. I was like, don't be telling everybody we on Spirit. Don't be telling nobody.
I had no idea.
That is because Sabrina travels with a little bitty bag. This is why Sabrina travels with a little bitty bag and then borrows everybody else's stuff. That's why she can go on Spirit.
And you know how Sabrina can talk to you. Stop that. Stop that. Do not post that. It's like, wow.
Okay.
Gloria Mayfield Banks on Spirit.
It's a real problem, you guys. I mean, Spirit Airlines and American Airlines the last few days have canceled hundreds of flights. Look it up, read about it. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, they said the summer of major flight woes continues, leaving Spirit Airline passengers the latest to be stranded. The Florida-based budget carrier canceled 26% flights Monday, or 34% of scheduled flights, on top of 165 canceled flights on Sunday. Check this out. Passengers reported waiting hours in line for refunds and other customer service help at airports and cities including Orlando and Fort Lauderdale. Some stranded passengers, they just camped out. Because really, you guys, I mean, when you're inconvenienced and your flight just is canceled, what are you doing about housing? Where do you stay? A lot of people are not traveling around and can just go get a hotel and go get a car. And I mean,
why do you think they took Spirit in the first place?
Okay, don't even try it. No, because I picked Spirit. Okay, Crisette, you need to stop being anti-Spirit. To our guests, and you guys call in if you've ever flown Spirit and you had a pleasant experience. Type it in. Okay, totally agree.
Let me tell you something.
Phone lines,
Erica, my daughter loves Spirit. She like loves Spirit, and the reason she loves Spirit is because she can go to Mexico for a week with a bag. She can go with a bag and go to Mexico for a whole week. I can't even carry my lipsticks enough in one bag, so she don't have no problem at all. Loves it.
But
loves
the thing is this: when Spirit works, it works. But when it don't, you best to know you up a creek. So you are literally taking a chance. So you gotta weigh. If it works, I'm good. If it don't, I might be stranded for a week. Can I afford to be stranded for a week?
If she was stranded, she would be, the show would not be going down the same way. She would not feel that way. It just ain't happened to you. So they said, Yolanda says Spirit is the mega bus of the sky. Okay. But can we
that is true.
Donna?
And can you believe they said that? And they're talking about, they're telling people 3 to 4 months before they get a refund. That should be illegal. That should be illegal.
Yeah.
You're making my point, Sabrina.
The flights were canceled.
You're making my point, Sabrina. Keep 60%. Talking.
60% of their flights were canceled on Wednesday, I think it was. That's crazy. 60 doggone percent.
Okay, but let's go to American now because all the airlines in the sky are tripping. And we don't know if it's a pilot shortage. We don't know if it's a staff shortage. American Airlines tried to say, well, they said that, now I haven't been over that way, but you guys, they said Dallas had some really bad weather on Monday. And so because that is their major hub, that's why they had to cancel 25-30% flights. It didn't quite sound right to me, but that's what American Airlines is saying. And so it was just a huge mess. So many people couldn't get to where they were going. And so we are flying American. And I was like, oh, Lord, come Friday, I pray that that situation is okay because we have things to do. People to see, places to go, things to do.
Sheila says furlough, personal issues.
Mm-hmm. What about all of the fights that are breaking out on the airlines now? I mean, when they say they have had the most unruly passengers ever. I mean, they've shown these major fights to the point where one of the ladies that works for the airlines, and I don't know if she's over the union, but she was saying, you know, those people, attendants that are working, they're going back to self-defense classes. They're talking about, you know, putting in more laws about what will happen to individuals if they, you know, start a fight or, you know, do something to those airline attendants. And I mean, it's really a sad day. And a lot of it is political. A lot of it is, you know, based on wearing a mask or not wearing a mask. And one of the things she also said was that even some of the basic rules that we had, you have to put your seatbelt on. A lot of the passengers are bucking up against. And you know what? I promise you, if they do that, I guarantee you, if they said, if you are unruly and you get in a fight, you are suspended from flying for a whole year. I guarantee you, they just need to have stronger laws in place. I really believe they need to do that.
For sure.
Did you guys see that guy that was taped down to his chair?
Yeah, talk about that, Gloria.
Yeah.
That's how serious that. Did you see the blow that he did before they taped him down? I mean, I had never heard that. Is this the United States of America where you have to tape somebody down, tape over his mouth, taped him everywhere? I was like, wow. Now that'll make you scared to get on a plane.
Now, y'all, Donna Thomas says she's never been on a plane before. Oh my goodness. Now, y'all just discouraging this girl from never flying, okay?
No, Donna. Okay? I'm trying to tell you, this is a season. This is a season. You got to fly because there's parts of the world you cannot see by car. Let's be clear. So
that's right. That's right.
Get with your girlfriends, get them to the left, to the right, the front, and the back, and you get on a plane. Get on a plane. Not Spirit.
Okay. What we doing, y'all, about Governor Cuomo? Is he gonna make it or not? Is he in or is he out? Southwest, 90% of my flights, and only Delta second. Andre Charity, we hear you. You with Gloria Mayfield Banks. Southwest is her favorite airline. Spirit is the worst.
Favorite.
Okay. You got it.
I hear you.
No, I just gotta say before you go to Cuomo, yesterday United was my best friend because they asked me with my status, if I get off the flight, and they gave us $1,600 to go an hour later, and I said, okay, I'll grab my bag.
But what are they doing, Caterina? They are overbooking, overpromising.
Yes.
You know, customer service is crazy, but they're being greedy out there. You know, they're just being greedy. They're overbooking. And it's just ugly out there. When I tell you, I've never seen airports so doggone busy. And rental cars. How about inflation, y'all? This post-COVID, to get a rental car in the States for a day, you can't get a rental car for under $100, $120 a day. Before the pandemic, you could get a rental car $25, $30, $40 a day. Now it is crazy out there. I went to the store before I left. I looked at these chicken wings for like 2 weeks. I said, "Oh, that's too high." You know, I wanted some chicken wings. I kept passing them up. You guys, why are chicken wings so high? $21 for some chicken wings. I was like, this is not
$21?
$21 for steak. And I asked the man at the store, an older guy, he was working back there in the meat department. I said, have you ever seen anything like this? He said, never. He said, we used to throw that part of the chicken away. I said, well, why are they so high? He said, supply and demand. They know they can get it,
Period.
so they're going to keep
money,
that price
money, 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 money. Financial. Wow, that's craziness.
And where does your food come from? I'm telling you, when I went to IKEA the other day and I was like, man, y'all out of a lot of stuff. He said we have 20 containers that are sitting in the bay and no one to service them to receive all those goods.
Wow.
Them big, long old
no help.
containers. Yeah. He said all our stuff is sitting out there just floating around in the bay.
Crazy,
waiting.
crazy.
Your chickens out there
Well,
too.
you guys, let's go to Cuomo. Governor Cuomo. You all know we talked about it yesterday. The AG is basically come out with a report where they've done major research, and they are saying that he's got to answer some questions. And so he tried to control his own narrative yesterday. Basically went, I think there are 11 accusers, 11 women, and who are saying that there's been sexual harassment. And he basically went down the line, said, I had the woman work in my office, blah, 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 not blah, 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 but basically he had an answer for every accusation. And so he was our hero when the pandemic hit. He was giving us the goods. He was on it. We loved him. But now, what do y'all think?
I thought he could have been president.
Maybe this is going to be one of those times. Go ahead, Caterina. What'd you say?
I was just saying, you know what? I don't know if he's going to survive. I probably not, but I thought he had just a strong political future. But even if he survives this, he's not going higher. He can't. I mean, I don't think so. I mean, who would have thought that somebody with all the accusations of a Trump could become president? So you can't say anything is out, but
Right.
it just seems like his political career is not going any further, even if he survives this. But I don't know that he will.
Well,
Right, wrong, and different.
Well, you
Okay.
know the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire. So, I mean, it seems like there's a lot of smoke coming. You said it right, Sabrina. When I heard it yesterday, I was just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he's been that reckless. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, when you're in that kind of position, I mean, you hear of people in high position, they might have a mistress or they might have this or that, but for this many women to come out and to say, you know, sexual harassment and so on and so forth, especially when he was known for being a leader that had a no tolerance policy for sexual harassment, and then to find out allegedly that he's been doing the same thing. So at first I was like totally, disgusted. And then when he took the mic and, gave the press conference and start talking about, this is what I do to everybody I meet, and then proceeded to show all of these pictures of him touching old people's faces, men's faces, kids' faces, how he greets people. I was like, so then I got really confused and I was like, well, now I kind of believe him. So I don't know. I just think they're going to have to do a thorough investigation. And I do know that a lot of it is political. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
A lot of it is political. So
Right.
we're just going to have to watch how it all unfolds. But I really know that what I will say is this, that New York City is New York, I should say, is the only state so far that has had the guts to, to take Trump to task, to take him to court, to sue him, to have his income taxes revealed and all of that. So this is just very interesting. So sometimes you just can't look at something as black and white. You got to really dig deep to see what the real issues are going on and why they're bringing that up and out right at this particular time.
Yeah, breaking
haven't
news. Trump seeks to block Treasury Department from giving his tax returns to Congress.
Wow.
Yeah. He doesn't,
Bold.
and my thing is, when you arrest Trump and you want right to be right for doing the wrong, I mean, he clearly said he's going to grab a woman by their, you know what, You got all those women who said he clearly sexually harassed them. I just think be fair. If you're going to arrest one, arrest them all. Wrong is wrong. So if you're wrong, you get locked up, serve the time if you did the crime. I'm just saying, let's not play favorites who gets a pass. That's my thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. It's got to be fair. Amongst all the things, it's got to be fair. It's got to be fair. And the sad thing is that we see all the time how unfair it is. That's what we do. We see every day, all day long, how completely unfair it is. It's unfair for the rich. It's unfair for the poor. It's unfair for the races. It's unfair for political parties. It just keeps going unfair, 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 unfair.
And you heard how they're coming after his brother, right? CNN.
No.
Yeah. Which is so strange.
For not speaking out.
What?
He's saying that he advised his brother on what to say and how to say it. Well, that's his brother. I mean, what are y'all talking about? You know, I mean, so they're really trying to come down on what's his name?
They're trying to take him all. Come on,
Chris. Yeah, they're coming down on Chris, and I just
and he doesn't report on it. He doesn't report on it, and he said the reason I'm not reporting on it is because it's my brother, and whatever I say, you wouldn't believe it anyways, and I would be speaking like his brother. I cannot report whatever you fairly or whatever you call it.
And legally he can't. Legally he can't. When this thing first broke, he legally said, I cannot talk because the way his career is, the way his brother, he cannot even touch him. When that came, when that thing broke, he said, I can't.
This is the thing. Behind closed doors, if I was having, if I was on television, or if Buddy was a news anchor and he was a lawyer and he can't talk about my situation on air, behind closed doors, do you think my son is going to say, well, I'm a lawyer and I'm really smart, but I can't help you out? That's ludicrous.
That is crazy. That is crazy. That's crazy. A lot of craziness going on in the world, you guys. This is the Force of Friendship, 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We got issues. We are all about the issues. We got the tea, and we are pouring it up today. How about the Olympics, you guys? Our girl Simone's coming home with the bronze medal. She had a tough Olympics, but she said, let me get back out here. Let's give Simone Biles a big round of applause. Yep. And in my humble, honest opinion, I think she should have at least gotten the silver. I looked at that competition.
Me too.
I did.
Unfair.
That girl slipped up in there and got that silver spot from her. Now,
Me either.
What? The girl who got the gold, I give her that. But doggone it, Simone was a silver medalist, without a doubt. What do you guys think? But she was so gracious, and she said, I'm so grateful. Her boyfriend, you guys, he's an NFL player for the Houston Texans, and I love watching their romance. And he was so sweet. After her competition, he said, I could not be more proud. I could not be more proud. He put that on social media and had a picture of her. And do you guys know that her aunt died unexpectedly while she was at the Olympic Games? So she was going through a lot. Her aunt. Yeah, she had a major
unexpectedly.
Unexpectedly, her aunt. Yeah, an aunt that she's very close to. Yeah, and so we never know, and I know everybody's going through something. But what do you guys think? Y'all saw the competition. Was she a bronze medalist, silver medalist?
She was silver. She was easily silver.
Easily silver. Yes.
That beam, it was flawless to me. I mean, I literally was sitting there like, oh my God. And to see her do that, I mean, literally, it was to me, and I'm not a judge, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that she was. I mean, and the other piece of it is when I watch how many of them are doing things that she showed them how to do in gymnastics. Now they're doing her tricks. They're doing her things. They're doing the things that she's made famous, and then they used it. I just thought it was craziness the way they judged her. And the most important thing that affected me so much is that because her stuff is so hard and no one else can do it, they reduce her points because they don't know how to judge it. How fair is that? You don't know how to judge it, so you decide to judge it low.
Unfair.
And then her aunt died. Lord.
Yeah, we just have to keep lifting these athletes up. You know, they were unprecedented times to be away from their training like they normally are, to train during a pandemic. But we got good news. We got good news in the sport of wrestling. You guys, we have our first African-American gold medalist woman, Black woman. The first.
28 years old. Fabulous.
Oh my goodness, you guys. Tamara Mensah Stock. She is amazing. We know her well. So Kenny was the first African-American Black man to win a gold medal in wrestling in 1988, the world's oldest sport of wrestling. And here we are just now having our first female Black gold medalist. And so when I tell you, it just rocked the wrestling world. She is about to blow up. She says she's never done anything this hard. Her father was killed in a car accident taking her home from practice one day.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
She was in the car and he died and she didn't.
Yeah. And said that he was her biggest fan and she wanted to do this for him. And she did it, you guys. I mean, we know that the competition is big as it gets to beat everybody in the world. It's only been another woman who's brought the gold home in women's wrestling. They've always been from other countries. So she's the second U.S. woman to have a gold medal and the first Black woman. So when I tell you, follow her on social media, you guys.
You guys, can I say something about her, Sabrina? Let me say this about her, you guys. If you haven't watched her commentaries, her questions, her enthusiasm is completely contagious. And her love for the USA, her love for wrestling, and her love for what she stands for in terms of being a role model, Sabrina, she was just so inspiring. Not only was she phenomenal, I mean, and I only know wrestling from what Sabrina's taught me. So not only was she phenomenal, but her enthusiasm was so contagious. If she wrestled with the same type of enthusiasm she talked with, it was inspiring, very inspiring.
Her personality is infectious, you guys. She's just a bundle of energy. Talking about love, light, laughter. You got to follow her on TikTok. The chick is funny as all get out. Funny. She's big on TikTok. She just is she's going to be the face of wrestling because of this gold medal. And I just think it's a blessing because we know that it is pretty much a white sport. Wrestling is dominated by white sport. It's a white sport. And so this is going to encourage more and more African-American young people.
I can see the poster, Kenny and her. I can see the poster.
That's right. Yeah. You guys, oh my goodness, it's coming in hot. We had hot topics. You're amazing. Broadcasting live from St. Croix, the Virgin Islands, Sabrina, Caterina, Crisette, and Gloria. We got issues. Thank you for joining us on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We'll be right back tomorrow, same time, same place. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, you did it from St. Croix. Great show, great conversation.
Right back to the beach.
You know it. You know that.
How far is the water, Sabrina?
Girl, we can look at it. It's right there. Can't you see it?
Let's see.
Wow. You know that's the way you should have said. Okay. Facebook. Look at that postcard. Look like you got a picture hanging on the wall.
I know. And Kenny's down there. The boys just came in, but girl, it is. When I tell you it's a hop, skip, and a jump, that is a private beach area. Yep.
Beautiful.
That way, but the sun was in my face. It was glaring. I'm so glad the internet held up because
it was good. It was good. It's a great show. Bye, Facebook. We love y'all. See you tomorrow.
Ciao.
Bye.